Namaskar. Vakrtund Mahakai, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kuru Me Dev, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Every new day is a new chapter, bringing new topics, new moments, and life. I wish today all the good moments approach us to make it a blissful day. With this, once again, Namaskar,
good morning, Ohayo gozaimasu. It gives us immense pleasure. Sir, it gives us immense pleasure to extend to you a very warm welcome on behalf of Biyani Group of Colleges, who has clubbed all of us for the 12th Indo-Japan Bilateral Conference with the theme Advances in Scientific Meditation and Stress Coping.
Ladies and gentlemen, Biyani Group once again welcomes its esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, special invitees, and all registered delegates of conference and all our affectionate students pursuing higher education to this 12th Biyani International Conference BICON 2017 in collaboration with Jais University, Kyushu University, Saitama University and Akita Prefectural University from Japan.
As we know, ladies and gentlemen, Biyani Group has been organizing conference every year by the Department of Science and Nursing on the themes of topical importance. It is an occasion which gives us opportunity to enrich our knowledge, understanding, experience, and contribution related to the theme. We look forward to get an exposure about what the best of the brains think about Thank you so much, sir, for coming. It is an occasion which gives us opportunity to enrich our knowledge, understanding, experience, and contribution related to the theme. We look forward to get an exposure about what the best of the brains think about this very dynamic issue of advances in scientific meditation and stress coping.
Today, we all are privileged as we are provided with such a wonderful opportunity to spend some time with the most esteemed guests and our eminent speakers. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, once again we welcome you all to the 12th BICON 2017 International Conference. I am Yashu Srivastav.
And I am Kanchan Sharma, and we are delighted to be your host of the day. We greatly look forward to hear the viewpoints of our eminent guests who have joined us for this event.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our eminent Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Raja Babu Pawar Sir, Vice Chancellor, Rajasthan University Health Sciences, and Dr. Jogendra Sharma Sir, Principal Government Nursing College, and our Honorable Eminent Speaker, Professor E.V. Girish Sir, and our eminent speakers from Japan, Professor Mikao Nomura Sir and Shirley Enites Ma'am. Also we have with us Professor Kiyoshi Yasukawa Sir and Miho Suzuki Ji. So please give them a big round of applause for having our international conference. On behalf of organizing committee members, I would like to welcome again all the dignitaries, scientists, students and other participants for today in auspicious occasion of International Conference BICON 2017. So, with great energy and enthusiasm, let's get started on 12th International BICON 2017 with a huge round of applause.
नमस्ते शारदे देवी वीणा पुस्तक धारिणी विद्या आरंभ करिष्यामि प्रसन्न भवः सर्वदा. With this quote, I would like to invite all the dignitaries for invocation ceremony. It is our Indian tradition to light a lamp and remember God Ganesha and Goddess Saraswati before starting any new work or task.
So, to do the honor, I would like to invite on the stage our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Raja Babu Pawar Sir, Dr. Jogendra Sharma Sir, Professor E.V. Girish Sir, and our eminent speaker, Mikao Nomura Sir, and Shalyani Tales Ma'am, our speakers, Kiyoshi Yasukawa Ji, and Miho Suzuki Ji, to please come upon the stage for lamp lighting ceremony. I would also request to the audience to please stand up for the invocation ceremony. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been listening our eminent speakers from last 2 days. So, to give an energetic and beautiful start of this event, let's have a short look on glimpses of the day 1 and day 2. Can we have a clipping, please?
Thank you so much. And I would like to assert that this program is being telecasted live on Guru KPO, that is India's fastest web portal of Biyani College, and Facebook page of Biyani College and Biyani Times.
So, ma'am, we can say truly today will be the memorable day for all of us. Definitely? Definitely, girls?
Of course.
Yeah. Such a with the eminent personalities because we are having in our international conference. Now, it is truly said that the foundation of every state is the education of its youth, and the education purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one.
Yes, very right, Yashu ma'am. From education to research, from biology to technology, from event to management, from research to renovation. We all are voyages of the last 11 years for exploring the new horizon of science.
And I dedicate these lines to our Honorable Director, Research and Development and the Chairperson of BICON 2017, Professor Manish Biyani, sir.
Sir is the Research Director of Biyani Colleges, involved in research-based curriculum with optimum depth of knowledge and professional skills. So please, everyone, put your hands together and welcome sir on the stage. Please, sir.
Sir require no introduction as he is well known the President of Indian Scientists Association in Japan, where he is involved to promote scientific interaction between India and Japan.
Now, sir, would you please come up on the stage and open the stage to inaugurate the session and welcome our esteemed guest.
Please welcome Professor Manish Biyani, sir.
Good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. So, BICON is back, 2017. And many of you, I think, attending regularly this event. May I know how many are new here, attending first time this event? Wow, many of you. So, why we are here? That is very important. We are not here to just have a symposium or a subject knowledge, but we are here to share the mission or the vision which we have behind this activity. So, of course, this is the 12th anniversary of this event in a row, in a regular way. So, what I said, this is not just a share the knowledge for a subject, but this event was started in 2006 with a mission to bring the transformation in our society, especially in science and technology. And this word transformation is one of the key why we are here, how we can bring the transformation in the young generation, how you can bring the transformation to shape your career. So this is one of the main activity to bring that transformation in our society. So the dream was started 20 years back in 1997 when I went there to achieve something, and then I learned to give something to this land of rising sun. And that transformation helped us to develop this activity in 2006. And during this journey, we have been created so many good relationships with Japan. All the 4 big partners are here: Saitama, Akita, Joist, and Kyushu, our official partners who are helping us to develop the relationship between these 2 countries, and especially to help all the young generation in India. So what we have been achieved, many people visited us in last 12 years from Japan to India in this event. And the number is quite good. 130 Japanese delegates have been visited. I would like to make a big thanks for all the 130 persons. Please help me. Because this is not just a number, but this is a number of interest of Japanese delegates, how they are interested with us to develop collaborative research and collaborative activity. And not only these, many young Japanese students are also visiting, sharing our tradition, sharing our culture, our food culture, our education methodology that we have, yoga, meditations, Ayurveda. So these young generation is also very important for us. So they are also coming and sharing our programs. So not this way, we are also sending our students from India to Japan. And these are the few clips. More than 60 students have been visited. But now I want to tell you the transformation that we have achieved in last 12 years among these girls. So these are the faces of proud in our campus. All these 12, 11 young girls, who was just one of you actually, came from different rural areas in Rajasthan, and they could get some opportunity to shape their career during their education in Biyani. And they have been involved in our partner institute. And now they are doing wonderful research activity. They are working with medical doctors. Many of them already has completed PhD, and now they are working as postdoc, or 2 are working as a full scientist there. So this was the real transformation I have seen in last 12 years, how the young generation can dream and can fly in their career. So among this, because I am here to realize you the importance of this activity. We are not just here to share the knowledge, but to guide you, to help you, how you can dream, how you can fly. So, of course, this is the absolute example for all of us. Dr. Kiran Majumdar, the tycoon in biotechnology, the proud of our nation. How she started the journey, I think, is very equivalent to what we are doing. She was just, I think, same of you when she was doing graduation in Bangalore. And then she went to Australia. I don't remember the university. She went to Australia for her master course in brewing field. And after fewer exposure, she decided to do something by her own. And then she started her own laboratory in her own garage, at home garage. And only with 2 persons, she started to develop a startup. Just capital of $150 and a small piece of land. She took the good initiation to do something in brew. She used the yeast, okay? She have been used to use the yeast to develop the beers, but then she used the yeast to develop the insulin. How we can develop the hormones, enzymes by the yeast. So that significant innovation came by this initiation. And now she is leading a 6,800 person in her center. And can you see the amount of capital she earned? And not just 10 hectares, she's working in many, many countries. So this is a transformation. The initiation that she had can make such result. So this is one of the good examples. But now what we have seen that among our students, one of the students is also working very, I think all the 11 students are working very, very good in Japan. And here I'm here to tell you one story, true story of one of the students who was just sitting like you in 2006. So she came here from Junjunu, a very small village where her father was a farmer. She was mostly spending her time in the farm. But
a less-known village in the heart of Rajasthan, India. Her parents were her inspiration, who gave wings to her dreams. Dreams of being a successful scientist one day. Being the daughter of modest farmer, Parmila spent most of her childhood working in her father's farm. It is in Junjunu that she completed her early education from a government school known as Rajasthan Girls Senior Secondary School. She went on to complete her graduation again from a very small city near Junjunu, Bagar, which was Babulal Makharia Girls College. She did her Bachelor's of Science in Biotechnology, Zoology and Chemistry. Our Parmila, coming from a modest beginning, had her dreams in her place. Nothing stopped her from being a topper. Throughout, she aced in her school, was numerical hero during her graduation, which finally led her to the vistas of Biyani Girls College, Jaipur. This young girl, with lot of potential and dedication, was able to channelize her strength and move steadily on the road to success through the support of Biyani Girls College. I coached Parmila. My real journey started when I stepped in Biyani Girls College. She believes that this college left no stone unturned in providing with the most capable guidance. It is here that she completed her master's in biotechnology under the guidance of her mentor, Professor Manish Biyani, who she states is not only her mentor but her guiding light and an inspiration. Professor Manish Biyani transformed this raw little girl from a small village into a successful researcher. Continuing her achievements, she was granted the CMSI Fellowship. This was a golden opportunity for her to go to Japan to pursue her summer internship at University of Tokyo, Japan in June 2010. This proved to be the turning point of her life. Biyani Girls College taught Parmila true values of being honest, disciplined, completely dedicated to work, because of which she never looked back and moved on steadily on the road of success. On this note, she pursued a Doctor of Philosophy from Saitama University, Japan from October 2011. Well, this journey was not easy, but with Professor Manish Biyani holding her hand At every step of her journey took her from being a girl who knew only the local regional language and could not communicate properly, transforming into a researcher who now not only knows English fluently but Japanese too. It is rightly said that all progress takes place outside the comfort zone. Finally, a dream came true, and as early as September 2014, she was awarded the Doctor of Philosophy. Parmila, now Dr. Parmila, is working as postdoctoral researcher in GT Medical University since October 2014. Another feather in her cap, she was awarded the Best Poster Award Embassy in ISA's 2016. Now, she will be going to UK to further hone her capabilities. Parmila, with her sheer grit and determination, and of course, the opportunities and solid backup of Biyani Girls College, could fulfill her dreams and make her family proud. She did things unimaginable for a small villager. She took her mother, a simple homemaker, to Japan, and now her younger sister too is pursuing her education from Japan. Parmila gives her final words. It was not an easy journey, but it was impossible without the help of Dr. Manish Biyani, a true teacher and a career shaper. In recognition of distinguished service of Biyani Girls College, we have been awarded the Certificate of Commendation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan through the Japan Embassy. Well, Parmila is not just one shining star from Biyani Girls College. We have volley of many more capable students bringing laurels to our country. Biyani Girls College encourages students, shows them the right path, and transforms their personality and life. Parmila's story is the story of a girl with dreams. It is the story of dreams transforming to reality. It is a story of determination, dedication, and capable guidance. It is a story of transforming.
Hello everybody, I am Parmila Kumari and currently I am working as a postdoctoral researcher in GT Medical University, and I am very happy and satisfied in my current research life. Credit goes to Biyani Girls College for helping me a lot to get here, and especially I am very thankful to Dr. Manish Biyani for being a true supporter and teacher of mine. Thank you very much.
So this is just a one story, and we have many story here. Do we have another faces here? Amrita Kumari and Dudani are here? No? Okay. So we have many faces here who are making this story. I hope that she can be our second Kiran Majumdar of this nation, and you can become second Pramila Kumari. So we are here to just help you, to guide you, but the initiation you must need to take from your side. The dream you need to build, we can just guide you. So understand who you are and why you are here and what you can do in future. That is very, very important for all of you, right? So now we are here to start this this year event, BICON 2017. There are some unique features of this year. The number one, of course, this is the 12th anniversary, and then this time we decided to have a common theme for all the departments. Department of Commerce, Department of Management, Department of IT, Department of Social Science, Department of Education, Department of Law, Department of Science. All departments are working together on a single theme. So this is the unique part of this year, and the theme is the stress, how we can all work together to remove the stress in our working environment. And yes, fortunately, this year we have been allocated to work as the year of India-Japan friendly exchange by the Embassy of Japan. And what just you have seen before that, we also earned this year the very outstanding award, recognition from Foreign Ministry of Japan because of our such continuous regular activity. So last week we was in the embassy where we awarded by ambassador to give this award. So this boosts us how we are responsible to work for future to develop this relationship. And this time we also earned the Sakura Science. Sakura Science is a program that helps students to visit Japan with full support, travel allowance, accommodations, and all the exposures. And government help you to visit some selected laboratories to understand the research technology. This is fully supported by Japanese government. And this time we got this award for 10 students. So I'm very happy that 10 students from this institute will be flying next month on 19th November to Japan. I congratulate all of you. So now I'm here because being as a scientist, I must need to share what I'm doing to work on the stress. This is the actual problem that we have in Rajasthan or in other part of this country. One doctor and maybe several thousands of patients. That's make a stress in our healthcare facilities. So how we can deal these problems? So recently, very recently, we have developed a sensing technology that we call the peptasensing. There is a two word, bio word and physical word. In bio, we are using a small peptides. Maybe all the students must be aware about the small peptides. So peptides we are using as a bio word, and sensing platform we are using as a physical word. How the bio word can help to specifically bind the target molecules, and how the physical word can improve the signals, can amplify the signals to detect the sensing from our clinical samples. So this is the problem in healthcare, in medicine, is the early diagnosis. This is the major cause, not prevention, not treatment. First, we must need to work on how we can diagnose the disease in early stage, especially cancers or other diseases. So as you can see, if we can detect the disease in early stage, then we can save the life, more than 70%. Like cancer, we have 4 phases, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you detect the cancer in 3 or 4 phase, it's very hard to save the life. Just we can extend the life for a few years. But if you can detect the cancer in early stage, 1 or 2, we can save the life. So we must need to work on early diagnosis. So what we are doing here, this is just a cancer that you can see how the cancer prolongs. It is not just days or weeks, but it takes times, it takes years to prolong the cancer. So how we can work to detect the cancer in the stage 0, stage 1, that is our main goal actually. And in one of our project that we call the Hokuriku Life Science Cluster Project, where 10 universities are merging and working. We have medical scientists, we have bioengineers, we have chemical engineers, we have computational engineers. So we all are working together in this project that we call the Hokuriku Life Science Cluster Project, where we are trying to work to improve the healthcare and to help the aging problem in Japan. So this is an outline that we are developing a compact system that can be used anywhere, that can be used at home, that can be used without the help of doctor, affordable, accessible, and very simple way to detect the cancer or detect the other disease in early stages. So this is one of the, here we are, many things are working, the biomems, nanosensors, and bioprobes. So the one thing that we found, one is the cathepsin. Cathepsin E is a biomarker that represents the appearance of breast cancer in women that we recently found. That activity of cathepsin E is responsible to induce the prognosis of breast cancer that we recently found our medical doctors in Hokkaido University. And as you can see the tumors, from here, from left to right, if you can see, as the cancer increases with the time, the activity of cathepsin E is decreased. So cathepsin E can be a good biomarker to detect the breast cancer in early stage, right? So now what we are doing, we have developed a bioprobe for cathepsin E that specifically bind to cathepsin E only, not because we have thousands of biomarkers in our blood, in our clinical samples, but this probe, peptide probe, specifically bind to the cathepsin E, okay? So if we can catch the biomarker, we can get the signals. And this is the physical word that we use, the single wall carbon nanotubes. Maybe if you've been heard about, it's a small device. So single wall carbon nanotube can be used to detect the small amount of biomarkers. Because in early stage, we may not have enough cathepsin E, right? Because in early stage, very small amount of cathepsin E in our blood. So how we can detect the small amount? The small amount means in picogram, okay? Not milligram, not microgram, picogram level. So this sensor can help to detect the signals in picogram levels that we have realized. So very small device, low cost, can be affordable anywhere, and that we made the device, and we put our props on this device. And as you can see, that 100 picogram per ml of clinical samples can be used to detect the activity of cathepsin E by this. So this biosensor can be used to detect the breast cancer in early stage. And important thing that it can be used at home also. It's portable, affordable. So you don't need to worry. We just need to make a routine diagnosis in our home. If you can do, we can have the signals of our cancer or other diseases. So these are the things that can improve to remove the stress in our healthcare, I believe. So these are some other experiments that show this. So there are many other sensors we are working on that to work on this healthcare. So how we are working now, almost we started this event from day before yesterday. Now this is the third day, and Department of Science and Nursing is now with us to work on this stress, work stress and health. And I would like to give a floral welcome to all our speakers now. First, Professor Nomura. Actually, I have no any background with Professor Nomura. I just found that he is working on meditation neuroscience, and I made an email, and I just request Professor Nomura, can you please help to join this event and to share the knowledge and to see how we can develop the activity. And immediately I got the response that, okay, I will come. So this is the interest, okay? This is the interest from these persons. Without of any history, they are ready to work together. So I appreciate Professor Nomura for coming us. Can I request our chairman to please give a floral welcome? Floral welcome, please. Would you fast, please? So this is a great honor for us because Professor Nomura is working on meditation neuroscience, okay? How our meditation physical activity can help to change the neuroscience and can help us to understand more the worth of meditation. So thank you very much, Professor Nomura. And then I would like to welcome our another plenary speakers. And then Dr. Shirley, very well-known name from Patanjali Research Foundations. She is working from long time. She is a medical doctor, and now she is trying how we can use our traditional. So I would like to request, thank you very much for coming. Then we have Professor Yasukawa from Kyoto University. I would like to ask Rajesh sir to please welcome Professor Yasukawa. He is also very interested to work on HIV, how we can work on HIV, and because they are making some inhibitors for HIV using our plants, Indian herbal plants. And then Dr. Mohit is not here, maybe, I guess. And then Professor Suzuki is here. I would like to request to please give a welcome to Professor Suzuki. Yeah, I have long been associated with Professor Suzuki from my history of my stay in Japan. Thank you very much for being here. And then I would like to welcome Girish sir, very renowned speaker from Brahma Kumaris. Thank you for coming. And then I would like to request Rajesh sir to welcome our chief guest of this event, Raja Babu Pawar, our Vice Chancellor of Medical Health University. Thank you very much for coming and joining this event. Sir, you are frequently coming, and it's our proud to see you all the times in our campus. Thank you very much for this. I also again request Rajesh sir to welcome Dr. Jogendra Singh ji for coming and joining this event. We are very happy to see you all with you. Okay, so all the guests and keynote speakers are here, but what is important, all of you, not just sit to listen, but please have a memo in your hand with a pen and try to fill as many as pages you can have by today. So don't leave this hall without making a memo of all this event, because what you will bring is important for me, right? So I expect all of you will have a good interaction with all the speakers and will make this day very, very successful for your career. So with this notation, I believe that Jay, Japan, and I from India can merge the technology and user, and we can develop something for world. So with this message, I would like to invite all the young minds and all the speakers again. Thank you very much for coming, and I open this event now for all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your guidance and support, because it's a great honor for all of us that you are representing Biyani Group and India in Japan and making healthy relation between two countries, which is a very proud thing for each member of Biyani. Now we can say, I'm sure, we can say now, Jai Ho. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we feel honored to have our honorable chief guest with us today, Shri Professor Raja Babu Pawar sir. Sir is Vice Chancellor of Rajasthan University of Health Sciences, Jaipur.
Professor Raja Babu Pawar is member of Board of Governors of Medical Council of India, New Delhi. Again, I would like to add on that Sir is a member of PG Committee of Medical Council of India. I'm glad to introduce him as he has published more than hundreds of research papers in national as well as international peer-reviewed journals. Sir has introduced the first mobile cathedral lab in India, which is his one of the unique and remarkable achievement. Please, sir, enlighten us with your valuable words. So, all the ladies and gentlemen, please welcome sir with the thunderous sound of clapping.
Good morning to everybody. Distinguished guests who have come all the way from abroad, from the Japan, and other dignitaries from the different part of the country and from the Jaipur, as well as the students and the faculty, very learned faculty of the Biyani College, Girls College. It is a great pleasure for me, pleasure and proud to be here on this dais, on the occasion, very important occasion, where there's a bilateral relationship of the India and Japan, and the kind of the function is being organized on a common platform for the exchange of the knowledge, for the deliberations, for the presentations, for the interaction between the scientists, the students, teachers of two countries, to bring something new, to make the old new, to make good researches, to just bring the good results, to serve the humanity directly, indirectly. This is the occasion where we can talk something about the conference, which is going to be not going to be, which is today, I think, finishing, and that has been started 3 days back. First of all, I would like to extend my all the regards and thanks to the organizer of this conference for inviting me and given this opportunity to interact with all of you. Whatever here it is written, that stress That's a stress. All around there's a stress. The stress of work, the stress of studies, the stress because of the competition in the field of research as well, in the field of studies. You must have heard of, if you'll start, the prevalence of the stress amongst the students. That's very high. You must have heard of that many suicides have been taken place amongst the students who are just preparing themselves for the competitions, various competitions, whether that's in the field of the medical and others. Then stress at the place of the work, at the place of the studies. There are many types of these stresses. Then how to deal with, because stress is a mechanism, if you will just express in the terms of science, then it is a interaction between the cognitive function and the environment. That's very important. We have to modify the cognitive functions, and we have to, whatever the behavior result because of the change in the environment or whatever the competitive environment is there, we have to modify to prevent the stress. Because of the stress, we know there is a release of the various cortisols and noradrenaline, that's the catecholamines, which ultimately leads to the various hazardous effects on the body in the terms of the impairment of the mental health to the various diseases, including the coronary artery disease, hypertension, peptic ulcer, and many other diseases. And second point, whatever here, they have just written the various drugs' role in the stress resilience. Do you understand? I hope everyone understands what is the resilience. Resilience is bring back to the normal. Whatever the stress you had and what are the impacts, which are ranging from the mild impairment to that of the mental illness or various other diseases, bring them back to the normal. And third is, that is factor influencing the work stress at work. That you know very well, because if you are supervisor, if you are subordinate, if you are simple worker, many kinds of the stress are there, because whatever you want to do, that is not being done. There's adverse remarks against you, and the things are very competitive for the promotions. Then there are the various ways to bring it down that I just read somewhere. You should remember 4 A's. To the A is either avoid, alter, adaptation, and fourth one is, that is acceptance. At the work, if there is any kind of the stress, to try to avoid the things as far as possible, and try to learn to say the no. Because if you are committed years and you are not able to do that, that causing a great stress. If you have committed something to your superior and if you are not able to do, there is a definitely stress you are not able to do and whatever you have committed. And then second is that try to alter, modify the things, modify the situations. That try to see that in one way if you are not able to do, try to compensate by other mechanism. That is the thing, you can alter the situation and try to minimize your stress. And third is, that is adaptability. Either you accept the things and adapt accordingly and go work as you are doing and don't worry about that. That's a kind of adaptation. Hear from the 1 year and just forget the things. And finally is the acceptability. You accept the situation, you have to do, you have to done, and finally you did whatever the way your superior and other people around you wanted. These are the few things why you can avoid the stress, and by various interventions also, that at the community level, at the primary prevention level, and the secondary prevention also. Then after getting the illness, there's a treatment. There's many kind of the yoga and meditations which relax you. For the relaxation and diversion, there are the many mechanisms. One thing which I know and I have seen also and practiced many times, that whatever the things you are facing which is responsible for the stress, you have to find out, first of all, what is the root of this stress. Then try to just adapt to that situation. Try to adapt, whether it is emotional, whether that's a physical assault, whether any kind of the other things, you try to just think it minimum possible and divert your attention. Then how to divert your attention? That is that never leave alone yourself in the situation of the stress. Always mix up with the people, with the good friends. Talk with them, play with them, walk in the morning, do the exercises. All these things divert your attention, and ultimately that reduces your stress and strain. And second thing is that you should play, do the exercise, do the meditation. These are very important things to relax yourself, and ultimately the level of stress will go down. Music is also a very good thing. And if you just divert yourself and focus and concentrate on the music and dancing, the music and as well as the exercise, they release endorphins, and ultimately that's responsible to minimize your stress. These are the few things which we just discussed about the causes of the stress, how to avoid, how to prevent, and newer methods, artificial intelligence, M-health, E-health, to reach to remote areas and communities, to intervene various people to minimize their stress. Many people like to start loving to their pets and start morning walk with them, long walks. That also reduces the stress, divert your mind, and just give and facilitate the healthy mind and healthy perceptions. These are few ways and means. Now I come to second point, that Biyani brothers, they are doing the good job, and they brought this Biyani college in very close to Japanese universities. And just before me, Dr. Biyani just emphasized two things. One is the reciprocation, bilateral understanding and exchange program, and the research as far as in collaboration as far as the research is concerned to materialize. These are the very important issue. Then certainly I would like to suggest that they should encourage more and more bilateral affairs with the Japan and other countries also, so we can just transfer the technology. Whatever we have, we can give to them, and whatever the way they are better, we should bring that and combine together and produce the best possible things. Biyani was talking about the sensors. These are the sensors about which and markers which are important to detect various kinds of the cancers. Here I would like to suggest my viewpoint, that what are the issues in the field of the cancer so far which are important and need any kind of the revisit to understand the mechanism of cancer and the treatment. Because here the many scientists who are working on the field of the research, they are trained in biotechnology, where they're using various genetic manipulation, minor or major manipulation, leads to various kinds of the biological changes and ultimately producing various hormones, enzymes and all that, which is being done by the BICON laboratories. That is a live example for the biotechnology. Here I would like to say, as far as the cancer we are talking about, I want to give some insight that whatever the pathophysiology of the cancer which we always study, and according to we are planning for early diagnosis and management of the cancer, it needs to revisit again and try to find out at the level of the primary prevention, because that's a latest issue of the various journals in which it is mentioned, that we have to just look into the lifestyle, like in breast cancer, which is second common cancer, in the females. Since it is a female college, women college, I would like to focus to two things, that is carcinoma of cervix and the breast cancer. Because there is an understanding nowadays which is increasing. They are just linking it to that lifestyle of an individual and dietary habits with that of these two kind of the malignancy with the hygiene and socio-economic status. And just getting put on the weight and hygiene is also related well. Second is the hormonal issue that is also related with that of causation of this kind of the cancer. Third is, you must have heard of that if the cancer is not able to detect early, and I just want to give insight, certainly they are the markers we have to see the efficacy, sensitivity and specificity of all the markers which they have just introduced and compared to others, how sensitive and specific are they, and we recommend in routine to everybody or not, whether it is they to be marketing or they are available, whether they are cost effective or not and affordability is there or not. Second is the issue which is a burning issue. Once the cell starts from the primary site and metastasis there, then it's very difficult to treat. They should find out something method to see the cells which have moved already from the primary site and circulating in the blood and reaching lymphatics and reaching to the other site and causing the metastasis. That is radiotech facilities and other facilities, either ultrasound and many more. We have to just try to find out the circulating cells, they are malignant, so we can arrest there only before they reach to the target organ. This is a bare area which we have to think of and try to make the research to just find out the circulating malignant cells, so can be arrested and before they are reaching to the target organs. Because to treat the primary and localization of the primary malignancy, that is all the difficult, but even that is not much difficult. But if the metastasis is there, then prognosis is poor and very difficult to treat. These are a few bare area, virgin area, naked area, which needs the exploration. And I suggest if the scientists want to think about the cancer, similarly about the carcinoma of cervix also, we have to compare with the various technologies which are comparable and detect the cancer, and comparable results are there as far as the microscopic findings are concerned. These are the few issues which I want to interact with all of you. And the growing scientists which are sitting in front of me, very young, energetic and committed people, they should think, because research is nothing but whatever the things which we see around, we have to just see and recognize the problem. Whatever we see in general life, routine life, and what can be the cause and effect, if we can think and understand कि भाई इसका क्या कारण है, हम में ये कारण है, हम इसको फॉलो करते हैं, अगर इससे बचा जाए, अगर स्मोकिंग नहीं करें तो कई तरह के कैंसर से बचा जा सकता है, कई तरह के कॉरोनरी आर्टरी डिजीज से बचा जा सकता है, हम डाइट में ये चेंज करें तो शायद हमारी बहुत सारी बीमारियां हैं उनसे बचा जा सकता है. These are the issues in routine life. We have to realize what can cause what, cause and effect, which can be understandable by the common people, by the common students, not necessarily you should be genius or scientist. What could be the possibility to find out, to recognize by, not by mammography, by simple breast examination? Every week if you do, you can recognize very quickly. That is a hand mammography. And you can just find out whether there's any nodule palpable in the breast or not, recognize immediately, and just reach to the doctor and find out what it is. These are the many simple ways and means. What I want to say, you have all capacity to think of, and you have all the capacity to find out the solution. But the most important thing is that you have to just have the knowledge, background, that there's a hard disk that is in terms of cognitive function, where you store your knowledge, whatever you see, what you have learned, what you have acquired, Then finally, these cognitive functions to be used by the psychomotor function. Whenever it is required, then you must have seen, compare with the computer. You click and find out what is there. But you will not get the answer of what is not there in the hard disk. The cognitive function is comparable with that of the hard disk, that you have to acquire the knowledge, not necessarily only the bookish knowledge, but whatever you see in around, that is the knowledge you acquired and put there. Then psychomotor to just think of and to use that knowledge, okay, why this occurs, what is possible to detect it early, what is a possible cost-effective investigation, and the treatment as a scientist. Then there's a communication, as that's very important thing, that you should be very good and very excellent at the communication. As Dr. Bihari has shown that newspaper cutting, the 200 patient, one physician is examining, that is a big stress to the doctor. Doctor is very prone to get the stresses at all the levels. In emergency also, because of the crowd also, because to sort out the problem of the patient also, they are very prone to get hypertension, coronary, and many more things. Then to just minimize the stress by decreasing the number, that is a preventive step. As we are taking for the SMS, I want to communicate to Dr. Biyani and others. In the south, in our campus, we are going to start a 1,500 bedded hospital. So the deloading of the SMS can be done and the stress level can be reduced. One doctor examining 200, that can be minimized. Second step which we took, that we strengthen the Jaipuriya hospital and increase 100 bedded to 500, to ultimately the outdoor of the Jaipuriya increase from 200 to now 1,500. That's the other way to deload the SMS. These are the preventive measures as I have just mentioned about you. We had the collaboration, although we want to pursue the collaboration with the Japan at the university level also. So far, the Biyani's college has got any kind of the collaboration and they are doing good. Now we want to just uplift and bring it at the university level also, because we have already collaboration with various American and European universities for the exchange program and the research also. We have submitted many projects for the research and we are getting the quite handsome grants for the research also. And we had given, we just kept more than, to say, 10, that's about more than 1.5 crores of the rupees to give the grant for the small project to the students, to just give them or just extend the travel fellowship also to the young teachers and young students for the innovative work, for the research, for the small project, for the pilot studies, and to travel abroad and in India to present their work, to encourage the young and energetic people. Your mind is raw, your mind is flexible, your mind is thinking too much, better than us. You are very fertile, your mind is very fertile. I just give you the message to all of you. Try to think, that is the key of the research. Try to just find out the solution. Think about the problem, try to just find out and think about the solution. Once I was in Australia, my mentor asked me something, but I didn't know the answer, I was thinking. Then after some time, he just asked me, oh, why didn't you reply? Then I mentioned, I'm thinking. Oh, you Indians thinking also? Means the thinking is the key of everything. If I am thinking, then I can find out the solution. Think in around and be observant. That's very important thing. Be observant. And third is, of course, the mentorship is the key of all these things to teach you. Because what I feel as a mentor, how do I define what will be the fate of an individual, rightly said by the Dr. Biyani also. One is what I'll be. In what way, whether I'll be scientist, whether I'll be thinker, whether I'll be engineer, what I'll be. Whether I'll just be steady or not steady, whether I'll be politician, whatever I am, what will be my fate. That is decided by, one is by the God. God in the terms of the genetics and genetic manipulation decides your fate. And manipulate and hybridization make something different than already existing. Second is acquired. Acquired in the life, the environment, and where the mother is the master of trainings, she is the master trainer. I like to say parents are the first mentors to a child before going to the school. Then comes the role of the teacher. Teacher is a great mentor and just change the life of an individual like anything. That's what I will say. Genetically, we are not bad. All are, few are outstanding, but most of the young people, genetically, they are engineered by the God very nicely. Now the matters what? That is the environment which starts from mother, father, then the teachers, and finally your hard work. They make you the observant, they teach you the manners, they teach you the ethics and everything, and they inoculate the habit of studying and the habit of just thinking. That's the most important. If somebody asks me what I want to give the message to the teachers, to just develop the habit of thinking, studying, and hard working. It's okay, let them study. Just like a free bird in the sky, leave them. Like just throw them in the sea to float them. Allow them to use their mind, the activity, interactivity, and ask them to speak more and more about any subject. Give them liberty, wrong and right. That doesn't make any difference. I always give this message to and want to convey to you and to your teachers. Allow everybody to speak. Whatever there should be speech freedom as far as the science is concerned. Let them think. You should not be just feel shy in speaking about. I was very shy when I was a student, a small boy, during medical college also. But my teacher, who just appreciated me, and during my residency, he just prompted me, it's okay, you speak more and more what is wrong or right, it's okay, you speak out. That make me certainly, there's a great change in myself, and ultimately because of that I am here today, because of the blessing of God. Second is the blessing of the parents, and third is the blessing of my teachers and mentors. I am grateful to my parents, to the God, and to the teachers, and finally to your teachers also. They try their best to just inoculate the good habits and the science in you to bring them at the highest level. I just pray to the God. I wish all of you will flourish like anything in your life. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable and memorable presence in our event, which is a great honor for all of us. Your profound knowledge and suggestions which you shared with us today would be helpful for all our students and college. Ladies and gentlemen, a man of illuminating ideas and having such a great personality, Professor Raja Babu Pawar Sahab, Vice Chancellor of Rajasthan University Health Sciences. Please give him a big round of applause. Now, I would like to introduce to our guest of honor, Honorable Dr. Jogendra Sharma Sahab. Sir is Principal at Government College of Nursing, Jaipur. We feel very glad to assert that Sir is sharing his services as Dean of Faculty of Nursing, Rajasthan University Health Sciences.
Sir is member of Indian Nursing Council. Dr. Jogendra Sharma is the first person in India who thought about the rural health and role of nurses. So he initiated village adoption program. For his remarkable contribution to rural area, he has been awarded with the President's Award in 2015. Sir have organized several conferences on national level. I'm glad to add on that of lately he organized a conference of TNAI to train Nurses Association of India. So sir, we welcome you to please come upon the stage and enlighten us with few words of wisdom.
Please welcome Dr. Jogendra Sharma on the stage. Please give him a big round of applause.
समारोह के आयोजनकर्ता बियानी ग्रुप के ब्रदर्स राजीव जी, संजय जी, मनीष जी, समारोह में नर्सिंग कॉलेज की फैकल्टीज़, अदर स्पेशलिटीज़ की फैकल्टीज़, प्रिंसिपल सतीश जी, समारोह में पधारे जो देश विदेश से ख्याति नाम इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में अपने एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करने वाले अतिथिगण, समारोह में पधारे देश के ख्याति नाम चिकित्सा शिक्षा में अपना नाम अपने विजन से देने वाले सम्माननीय आदरणीय डॉक्टर राजाऊ पवार साहब, समस्त मीडिया कर्मीगण, मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा बियानी ग्रुप को जिन्होंने इस प्रोग्राम में बुलाकर जो देश विदेश से अपने यहाँ पधारे हैं उनके रिसर्च में उन्होंने क्या वर्क क्या अनुभव किए उसको सबको यहाँ बताने का मौका दिया। आज मैं इस जो कॉन्फ्रेंस जिस माध्यम से रखी है उस पर ना बोलते हुए, चूँकि उसमें बहुत जो जिस बारे में अच्छे से जानते हैं वो अपने शेयर एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे, तो इस बारे में हमें कोई ज़्यादा ज्ञान नहीं, तो अपना समय इस बारे में आपका नहीं जाया करते हुए मैं बस दो एक मूल बात करके अपनी बात को विराम दूंगा। आज कोई भी कॉन्फ्रेंस का करने का आयोजन जब कोई करते हैं तो जो लोग करते हैं और जिन्होंने करते आए उनको पता होता है कि कॉन्फ्रेंस के आयोजन में कितना फील्ड वर्क करना पड़ता है और कितने उस बात में दुविधाओं से और उनसे निकलना पड़ता है। और इस कॉन्फ्रेंस, सेमिनार और वर्कशॉप में मैं जहाँ तक समझता हूँ अभी हमारे नर्सिंग में तो ज़्यादा कोई अच्छे से समझ भी नहीं पाए, बस ये समझ जाते हैं कि सेमिनार्स में जाना, वर्कशॉप में जाना है, कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाना है। तो आवश्यकता इस बात की है कि हम कॉन्फ्रेंस को जो भी करते हैं उनको सही माध्यम से रूट लेवल तक बताकर इनका ज्ञानवर्धन करें। आज जो कॉन्फ्रेंस का आयोजन करते हैं तो सबसे पहले उसमें चयन करना पड़ता है अतिथियों का, तो मैं धन्यवाद दूंगा बियानी ग्रुप का जिन्होंने देश और विदेश के ख्याति नाम शिक्षाविदों को यहाँ बुलाकर आप सबको सुनने का मौका दिया। आज बियानी ग्रुप ने चयन किया है मुख्य अतिथि पर डॉक्टर राजाऊ पवार साहब का। मैं आपको डॉक्टर पवार साहब के बारे में बता दूं, डॉक्टर साहब एक ऐसे गुड विजनरी हैं जिन्होंने कि अपनी क्षमता से आज राजस्थान को जो सौगात दी है, मैं नहीं सोचता इस आज के भागम भाग और सरकारी तंत्र के जो काम करने का ढंग हो गया है उसके बीच से एक इतना बड़ा चिकित्सा शिक्षा में एम्पायर खड़ा किया है जिसका कि कोई सानी नहीं। आज अगर आप निश्चित रूप से देखें तो हम अब एक छोटे से अपने कॉलेज को चलाने में कितनी मारामारी से निकलते हैं। ऐसी दुविधाओं के बीच आपने आरएचएस को एक पूरा फुलफिल, जो आरएचएस की परिभाषा यूनिवर्सिटीज़ की होनी चाहिए इंटरेस्ट लेवल पे, उसको पहचान दी। आज मेडिकल कॉलेज का विजनरी यहाँ निर्माण कराकर एक ऐसा एम्पायर खड़ा किया चिकित्सा शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में जिसको जन्मों जन्म कोई भूल नहीं सकता। मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूँ बियानी ग्रुप का जिन्होंने ऐसे अतिथियों का चयन किया जिनको कि वास्तव में बच्चे लोगों को देखना और सुनना चाहिए। उनके स्पीच में जो उन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ी बात कही कि मेरे को जो भी अच्छी राह दिखाई, जो भी सिखाई, उसमें गुरुओं का बहुत बड़ा योगदान था। ये सब छोटी छोटी बातें हैं, अगर आप अंतर्मन से अपने जीवन में बैठा लेंगे तो मैं सोचता हूँ ऐसे लोगों की जो एक सोच आप तक पहुँचती है उसका एक अंग भी अपने अंगीकार करेंगे तो आपके जीवन परिवर्तन होगा। तनाव के और स्ट्रेस पे जो आपने कॉन्फ्रेंस रखी है उसमें तो मैं केवल इतना अपने रूप से समझ पाता हूँ कि मन और भावनाओं का जो द्वंद्व है वो तनाव है। और मन और भावनाओं में जब मन में कोई द्वंद्व चलता है उससे जो भावनाएं हर्ट होती हैं और भावनाओं के हर्ट होने की वजह से जो आदमी स्ट्रेस में जाता है, डिप्रेशन में जाता है, बस उसके ऊपर बोलने वाली बात रहती है। आज टेंशन और स्ट्रेस को आप कहीं से भी खरीद के ला सकते हैं। ये आपके मन के ऊपर, एक स्ट्रांगनेस के ऊपर रहती है कि मैं कहाँ से परेशानियाँ लूँ। मैं परेशानियाँ इस बात से लूँ कि मेरे सामने वाले के परसेंटेज ज़्यादा क्यों आ गई। मैं परेशानी इस बात से लूँ कि मैं एक अच्छा टीचर हूँ, मेरे से उससे ऊपर क्यों हो गया। मैं परेशानी यहाँ से ले लूँ कि मेरे पड़ोस वाले ने बड़ा मकान कहाँ से बना लिया। और यहाँ से भी परेशानी नहीं मिले तो परेशानी इस बात से ले लूँ कि अमेरिका में लादेन ने वो मिसाइल कैसे दाग दी। तो स्ट्रेस लेने का कोई नियम, कोई धर्म नहीं, आपके मन के आपको वो करने वाली बात है। देश के ख्यातनाम एक कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट हैं डॉक्टर त्रियान साहब, डॉक्टर पवार साहब के बहुत अच्छे मित्र हैं। उनकी मैंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात सुनी और देखा था वेदांता में, वो योगा और मेडिटेशन को जितना महत्व देते हैं, तो इतने बड़े साइंटिफिक जिन्होंने रिसर्च करके इतना बड़ा काम किया हुआ और वो इस बात को भी सानी करते हैं, तो निश्चित रूप से इस मेडिटेशन में बहुत बड़ा अंगीकार है। मैं पुनः बियानी ग्रुप का धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि उन्होंने मेरे को यहाँ बुलाकर आप सबके दर्शन करने का मौका दिया। मेरा थोड़ा स्वास्थ्य खराब है, इसलिए मेरे को थोड़ा माफ़ करेंगे कि मैं आपको सही ढंग से अटेंड नहीं कर पाया, थोड़ा लेट आया, उसके लिए क्षमा प्रार्थी हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious presence in our event. Your memorable words will be truly unforgettable, which will be the source of inspiration for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, big round for Dr. Joginder Sharma, sir. Now, feel energy because we are going to start our inaugural session of the 12th International BICON Conference 2017. Now, do you know that the word meditation and medicines come from the same roots? Meditation is a kind of medicine. Its use is not only for the time being. Once you have learned the quality, then you need to have any particular medicine. Therefore, I would like to invite today's keynote speaker, Professor Mikao Nomura, sir. He is an associate professor at Kyoto University, Japan.
I'm delighted to introduce him with his research area in certain fields like genetic and socio-environmental mechanism for brain imaging like fMRI and NIRS. Today's main theme of the current session will be different functional connectivity of the brain play a crucial role during focused attention and open monitoring meditation. So please welcome Nomura sir with a huge round of ovation. Please give him a big hand.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Thank you very much for your kind introduction. And I'm impressed by your hospitality, Professor Manish, and organizers, and students, and all audiences. So thank you very much. So could you show my slide here? No. It's okay? Okay. Okay, let me ask you, how many of you have experienced meditation? So please raise your hand. How many of you have experienced meditation? Not so many. So are you really Indian? Are you reading that? Okay. So I have to confess, I'm not a super expert for meditation, but as a psychologist and a neuroscientist, I am going to show you what is meditation like and how it works in scientific point of view today. Okay? So today I focus on meditation, mindfulness meditation. So first, I'm going to show you the trend of mindfulness. And in the middle of my talk, I'm planning to have you experience meditation today. Okay? And the term meditation is derived from Pali language sati, meaning the remember. And mindfulness has been defined in many ways. There are no certain definition, but one of the pioneers of this research field, John Kabat-Zinn, at University of Massachusetts, describes it as non-judgmental attention to and awareness of present moments and events. Okay? So what's the awareness? So awareness refers to a consciousness of internal and external experience. Right? And attention is the processes of the consciousness of internal or external experiences. All right? So here you can see the organs like ears and eye and stomachs and so on. And if some stimuli input to your organ, your consciousness arises. And within some part of your consciousness, you can be aware of it. So therefore, you can pay attention to it. Okay? But it's difficult to keep your attention to it because some thoughts and feelings come with your sensation, right? So we are caught by them, and the mind starts wandering. So equanimity becomes important. Equanimity means a non-judgmental style, non-reactive tendency toward all experiences. With this equanimity, we are able to be mindful. Then, how we can achieve the state of mindfulness? So there are some useful techniques. For example, Vipassana meditation and Tibetan meditation and Zen meditation, that all stem from the primitive Buddhist meditation that Buddha did when he enlightened. Based on these three techniques, mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR, and mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, were developed as psychotherapy. And in my talk today, I use the term mindfulness as state and trait, and mindfulness meditation as Vipassana, Tibetan, and Zen meditation, and mindfulness meditation as MBSR, MBCT, okay? So move on to the next topic. So recent years, mindfulness meditation has a lot about attention. For example, mindfulness was featured in Time magazine in 2014, and I hope also in Biyani Times in recent years, in near future. I hope so. And Weird magazine and Scientific American magazine published by Nature Publishing Group in 2014, and so on. So like these, a lot of famous magazines have featured mindfulness. And you can see here the British Parliament have also discussed utilizing the method of mindfulness meditation. And also in UK schools, they decided to analyze the effectiveness of mindfulness or mental resilience of teenagers. And in the business world, it's the World Economic Forum held in Davos in 2013. People say pay attention to mindfulness to increase profit, by making you a better and more effective leader. Actually, like you see here, a lot of companies have adopted mindfulness training in some form into workplace for the stress management. And also in Japan, mindfulness training developed by Google company have started since 2015. And it's surprising that all juvenile training schools in Japan have started mindfulness training, by which traumatic experience of girls. So most of the girls in juvenile training school have suffered from sexual abuse or PTSD and so on, are attenuated by simply inviting themselves to interface with moment in full awareness. So let me move on to the next topic, trends of scientific research. So this figure shows how the number of mindfulness research increased. The orange line is mindfulness, and the blue one is meditation, and the green one is the neuroscience-related articles. So as you can see here, the mindfulness research, orange one, okay, have increased rapidly after 2000. And back in 1992, John Kabat-Zinn, who is the founder of mindfulness intervention, firstly showed its efficacy for stress reduction, okay? So then in 2002, Tisdale at the University of Cambridge published the research in terms of cognitive therapy for depressive patients. So I think these papers triggered the rapid increase of mindfulness researches. How do you think about it? So this is a study done by Kabat-Zinn, and y-axis here, yeah. Y-axis here is an anxiety or depressive scores for each scales. Hamilton and Beck, they are very, very famous questionnaire to measure emotional disorders. And you can see after MBSR treatment, symptoms of anxiety and depression significantly decreased, like you see here. And importantly, this effect maintained during the 3-month follow-up period. And this figure showed so-called survival curves of relapse in depression. The y-axis is non-relapse ratio, and over a 24-month follow-up period, MBCT reduces relapse in depression on the same level with antidepressant. Okay? So it's surprising that mindfulness therapy works like antidepressant drugs, almost same function they have. And you see here, mindfulness interventions have various benefits. So not only reduce symptoms like stress, depression, anxiety disorder, and chronic pain, and PTSD, and binge drinking, but also increase immune function, subjective well-being, and cognitive functions as well. Okay? Okay, so now, I guess you can't wait for meditation, right? You are eager to do meditation, or you are dying to do meditation right now. So, I would like you to experience 2 forms of meditation. The first, focus attention. So it's very, very simple. Just focus on your breath, okay? So please let yourself relax. I would like you to do this focus attention meditation right now, right here, okay? Let yourself relax. And seated on a chair with your back upright. And breathe naturally. Your hands resting. And let your eyes closed. Let your eyes close, please. And let's meditate for about 5 minutes. Just feel your body. Just feel your breathing. You may feel hot, cold, pressure, vibrating, or some other things. Now, as you do this, you notice that your mind starts to wander. Start thinking about other things. This is not a problem. It's very, very natural. Just notice that your mind has wandered. You can say thinking or watching in your head softly. Then bring it back to your breath. Just keep focus on your breath. If your attention wandered, maybe anxiety, or planning, daydreaming, fear, it's not a problem. Just bring your attention back to your breath. Thank you. So let me ask you, does anybody keep your attention to breathe throughout this time? Please raise your hand. If you could keep your attention to your breath throughout this time, please raise your hand. Nobody here, nobody here. Okay, so it's very, very difficult, right? So let me explain a little bit more about focused attention meditation in detail. So the right green circle represents awareness, okay? It's awareness. Then we set some object for paying attention to as an anchor, like a breath. Here. And sometimes you can focus on the flame of a candle or the image of a god, as you see here, like here, as you like. And because of this anchor, even if some thoughts and feelings comes up, you are able to stay focused on it. So you are able to stay focused easily and be aware of the sensations, then detach from distractors like this. So next, I would like you to open your focus from narrowing to broader. So this time, just notice your body from inside. So let yourself relax with your back upright, breathe naturally, then please close your eyes. This time, I would like you to open your focus from narrowing to broader. Just focus on your body from inside. So please keep your back upright, the hands resting, and breathe naturally, and let your eyes close. We stay with this for some time. So from the inside, noticing the shape of your body, the weight, touch, and let yourself relaxed and become curious about your body. If you feel anxiety, daydreaming, planning, or whatever, just observing them with equanimity. It does not matter your attention wandering. Because emotion is like a weather. Emotions comes and go. Just let them go. If you get on a train of wandering, just get off. If you are in the bad weather, bad crowds, just stay in the blue sky. Okay, thank you. So let me explain you about this in detail again. So instead of setting some anchor, like breathe, this time you just observe all sensation from your body. It's more difficult to keep detaching consciousness from distractors, right? Because there are no anchors this time. So when distractors comes, detach from it with equanimity. So it's very easy to say, but it's difficult to do. So I would like you to just practice again and again. Like a weight training on your muscle. Just practice. So next, I'm going to show you some neuroscience research in terms of meditation. And this is fMRI, or functional magnetic resonance imaging in Kyoto University. So we put participants into this scanner and ask them to meditate so that we can measure brain activity during meditation by using this equipment. Then question arises. So what is the brain areas that underlying FA and OM? Different form of meditation would be achieved by different brain mechanisms, I think. And how brain networks changes according to practicing this meditation, okay? So here's a good example for FA. So you experience during FA, maybe you can remember that first you sustain your focus on your breath, and when mind wanders, then you are aware of it, and shifting your attention back to the breath, right? And so there are 4 processes. And this experiment is very, very smart. and very exciting. So I hope you to develop this kind of experiment in the near future, hopefully in Kyoto University. And here, just by asking participants to press the button whenever their mind wanders, and then you can identify brain region which corresponds to these 4 processes during FA. So like, you see here, salience network and executive networks and default mode network. I will not get into the detail today, but these kind of the brain networks underline for each process of focused attention meditation. Okay? And this is the preliminary data we got recently, showing that as you practice open monitoring meditation, brain connectivity changes, right? Like y-axis is the functional cognitive change between the prefrontal region and subcortical region, and x-axis represents the total meditation practice hours. And you see here, as you practice meditation, this connectivity decreases. And these areas are said to be involved in memory processes, so which means that relative to beginners, experienced meditators may be more free from their autobiographical memory. In other words, as you practice OM meditation, it's easier for you to fully commit it at the present moment. This is the evidence for that. And our idea is supported by some other studies. So this is a study done by other researchers. And if you train participants with no prior meditation experiences in a program for 8 weeks, your brain gray matter volume density in left hippocampus, which are involved in learning and memory, increase like this. So you can see here, hippocampus. Hippocampus is a core region for memory processing and autobiographical memory of your memory. Like this, the volume of these areas significantly increased after 8 weeks program of mindfulness meditation. So it's very dramatic changes, I think. And also this kind of changes were seen in postcingulate cortex and temporal parietal cortex. This area are thought to be involved in emotional regulation, and temporal parietal junction are involved in self-referential processing. So you are free from your mind wandering. Well, so in conclusion, this is a take-home message for you. So first, mindfulness meditation may not only reducing negative symptoms like depression and anxiety, or PTSD and so on, but also increase cognitive function and subjective well-being. And such benefits are accomplished by changes in the brain networks and structure, possibly reflecting strength, present moment awareness, right? And today I don't have much time to talk about this, but there are some evidence showing that mindfulness meditation affects gene expression. So mindfulness training may also reverse stress-related changes in gene, specifically in inflammatory responses. So I would like to close my talk by saying the words of Shu Suzuki. He's the Zen monk and teacher. We should not attach to some fancy ideas or some beautiful things. We should not seek something good. Because the truth is always near at your hand, within your reach, and within your brain. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, sir. It was very informative session about focused attention meditation and open monitoring meditation along with the neural importance. If any query from any of the student side or from any of our dignitaries, they may ask, sir. Can we please pass the mic? Any queries, please?
Good morning, sir. Importance of open monitoring meditation for brain activity of student during examination days.
Could you say again, please?
Sir, what is the importance of open monitoring meditation for the students' brain activity during the examination days?
During examination days?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So by doing the open monitoring meditation, you are more easily to focus your attention to learning, right? So it might work during your preparing for your paper exam or something like that. I guess so. Is it the right answer to you? No?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I saw you, some of you during meditation were about to fall asleep, right? So during meditation, we are easy to get asleep. But it's good for you because you are being relaxed, right? Okay. Yeah.
The response against how the time versus. So whether the response becomes saturated after some time, or what do you think? If we look at the scale versus time of MBSR.
So basically, MBSR treatment works for the short time is just 10 days. So you are doing the mindfulness-based reaction, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, just 10 days work, I think. But you have to do it for 8 hours for each day, I think. It's very hard, but it works. Maybe. I should say maybe, because some of you, meditation does not work for you. So I'm just planning to see the condition meditation works for depending on each person and depending on the social context or something like that. Yeah, this is a task we should clarify in the near future, I think.
And I guess it must be reflecting by the age of group peoples. At different age, if we do such MBSR.
Oh, yes, yes. It's a very important question. And basically, MBSR works to all ages. All ages, I think. And especially for young people like you, MBSR will work because your brain is in a very moment of neuroplasticity, right? It works well, I think.
So, what are the? I mean, it's okay. What are the limitations of this study?
Limitations. So, yeah, very critical point, I think. So, limitation of this study is this kind of effect is just the average of the effectiveness. So, as I told you, there are some person who does not get efficacy of meditation. So, this is a limitation. So, we should clarify the people and condition who does not work in meditation. This is a limitation. Thank you.
Okay, so I think you have time to interact in the lunch break or coffee break. And let's thanks again Professor Nomura for sharing the neuroscience and the relevance with the meditation. Thank you very much.
It's mine. Yeah. So does mic work at last time? Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Take it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Again, we feel honored to have Dr. Shirley Annie Tales, ma'am, as a keynote speaker in our inaugural session. Ma'am is the director at Patanjali Research Foundation, Patanjali Yogpeeth, Haridwar, India. So please welcome on the stage Dr. Shirley Annie Tales, ma'am, for sharing her views.
Slides, please. Slides. And this takes it forward. Where do I? Namaste. Today I'm going to tell you about applications of yoga in daily life. So let's just take the first slide, please. Can I have the regulator? Yeah. So this is our organization. All of you are welcome to come to Patanjali Yogpeeth in Haridwar. And when we talk about yoga research, and I'm very happy to be given the opportunity to talk about it here, a question which arises in our minds is, when did the best research in this area occur? How and by whom? And the answer is, it was by the ancient sages or rishis of India. They did it when? Thousands of years ago. What was their laboratory? They had no laboratory. It was an experiential science, like you all experienced OM or FA meditation now, and they used their own bodies, their own minds, and passed it on so that we all have the knowledge today, either by word of mouth or by etchings on palm leaves. And so we have science which can be actually monitored in the laboratory through techniques like fMRI, NMR spectroscopy, and even at the cellular level looking at chromosomes. Nonetheless, being an experiential science, it has to be done using very simple techniques which allow us to observe what a person is feeling. So, observation, introspection. And in fact, there's an increasing interest when I discuss with my colleagues across the Atlantic, particularly in the North America, where we have several collaborations. They all say increasingly turn more to qualitative analysis in yoga and meditation. It's very important. And so, in Yoga Day 2016, for the very first time, we did a survey. Surveys had been done in the US and in Australia to answer questions like, what kind of person is most likely to practice yoga? A man or a woman, educated or less educated, race, white or African American or whatever. But it was not done in India. Isn't that interesting? Our own science. So in 2016, Yoga Day, Patanjali Yogpeeth took the initiative, and we published it in this journal. All the references here are our publications. Any of you want any paper, write to me. And what did we find? We found a very different profile. While in the West, it was much more likely that the yoga practitioner would be white, so that doesn't arise here, a female, middle-aged, and very highly educated. In India, we found quite a different picture. Young, slightly more common in males, and possibly because they were young, 10 years or so of education. What was the reason in the West and in India? In all countries, the reason was to improve health. But as we looked at different age groups, we found students were doing it to improve their attention and memory. Children were doing it as a hobby. Older people were doing it as a spiritual practice. So I would urge all of you, on Yoga Day, don't just have programs. Conduct surveys like this. There are very few surveys in our country. Now we come to some applications, and stress is the topic I have taken up. Let's take up children first. This was done in a school called the Doon School, right up north in Uttarakhand, close to our organization. And we selected them because they were very cooperative. We had 90 pre-teen children, 10 to 12 years of age, 90, and we randomized them as two groups, a yoga group and a physical exercise group. What are the differences? One of the main difference is awareness. You can run on a treadmill and you can watch the TV. Can you watch the TV while you're doing yoga? No. Yoga is all about going inside. Many more differences. We measured around 26 variables, and as you can see, we published it in the Journal of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry and Mental Health. We looked at their physical well-being, their mental cognitive abilities, emotional stability, their academic performance, behavior with teachers, behavior with peers. The two groups were almost the same. There was only one difference. That was in their self-esteem, especially their academic self-esteem. We heard one of the speakers in the morning stressing how students get into stress at the time of exams, and even at the time of the 10th and 12th commit suicide. So it's very important to boost their self-esteem. Let's go further. We also take up children with certain disorders. Now, I've just given one example here. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, an inherited disorder. All boys in a family can be affected. It's an X-linked disorder. And by the age of 20, they're in a wheelchair. By the age of 30, they are dead. Tremendous stress to the child, tremendous stress to the family. Yoga did not bring about a cure, but it reduced the suffering and reduced the stress in the family. Moving on. Let's say adults. So in adults, I'm going to really take up one problem, which is a big problem today. What is that? Obesity. It's an epidemic. And particularly in South Asia, that is India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Pakistan, there is one type of obesity. Some people have thin limbs, but the weight only gathers around your waist. Have you seen people like this? Raise your hands if you have. Okay. So, typical example. I think they've shown a policeman here, where there's weight around his waist, but his arms and limbs are thin. Now, it's very dangerous if you have it packed among the organs. That's called the visceral fat. If it's just below the skin, that's called the subcutaneous fat. So we looked at it, particularly we looked at a molecule which is produced by fat tissue in the body called leptin. Leptin was first discovered in Rockefeller University in the US and in 1994. What's so special about it? It's produced by the fat itself. So whenever the fat in our body is increasing, it produces this molecule called leptin. What's so important about leptin? Leptin acts on our brain and says, stop eating. Now, whether we listen to the signal or not is a different matter. So we have a natural appetite suppressant. Now, we looked at a study where we compared yoga and walking. Both of them had a comparable change in body mass index and many other variables. But leptin increased significantly only in the yoga group, not in the walking group, after 15 days. And so we launched a nationwide campaign on Ram Navami Day, that is April last year, and we've covered so many states across India and union territories. And now I'm going to present data 3-month follow-up of 1,224 in a yoga group and 793 in a group who had only diet control. Let's see the differences. So the BMI reduced significantly in the yoga group, but was also lower in the control group. Visceral fat, which is the most dangerous. Why is it dangerous? It's associated with coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes mellitus, and even cancers. Cancer of the breast and cervix, of the ovary in females, cancer of the prostate in males. So if we can reduce visceral fat, we are doing a big thing. You'll notice that subcutaneous fat is much easier to reduce, and you can see that both in the yoga and the diet control group, there was a reduction. So this is, how does yoga act? This is the mechanism. Making correct food choices by its action on the hypothalamus. So let's move on, and we'll see some other aspects. Of course, pain is another very important aspect which can be regulated. Stress causes pain, particularly back pain, headache, tension headache, and we can manage it. But I'm going to go to workplace stress, particularly 3 examples. School teachers. Very often this is not rewarding. I was talking to these 450 teachers who were deputed to Patanjali Yogpeeth. They said they had to stand long hours, they had to talk loudly, strain on the vocal cords, and they felt that it was not always being rewarded or respected sufficiently. Can yoga reduce their stress? We found that the answer was yes, and that is currently under process to be published in the journal called Work. Another big industry in India is the IT industry. So we looked at 200 software professionals, randomized them as 2 groups, 100 in each group, a yoga group, a control group, follow them up for 2 months and found the following differences: reduced anxiety in the yoga group, reduced stress on the body, decrease in visual strain and musculoskeletal strain, and these are the journals where we've published it. You're welcome to write to me for any of them. Another totally different occupation is army personnel. Now this is an army base very close to Patanjali Yogpeeth. We were approached by the people there and said that the army personnel here have to stay here for a certain while, and they have to, suddenly they are told within 45 minutes, pack your kit and go to an area of active combat. They never know when they'll have to pack their kit. So they're very, very alert, hyper aroused, they can't sleep, they're anxious, they're depressed. Another group, the Border Security Force personnel. You see our founder, revered Swami Ramdevji, training 2024 in 2 batches each of the Border Security Force. We were asked to produce a yoga module which does 2 things. Allows the people to be alert, that is acting maybe through the RAS, reticular activating system, the locus ceruleus system, we don't know, but relaxed. How is it possible? Because normally when you're alert, you're aroused. So can we do it? To cut a long story short, we were able to do it, and we have 2 publications which you can see here. We did a 3-arm trial. We compared yoga with classical music and just sitting. Now I come to another area. Stress is also experienced by older people. As a person reaches retirement, they start feeling there's very little for them to do. Sometimes they are a little unwell, their children have gone away. How do they cope with stress? So we did a 3-arm randomized control trial. Let me describe it. We had yoga, Ayurveda, and a waitlist control. Study them at baseline, 3 months and 6 months. What were the benefits? Yoga especially reduced feeling of sadness. That's the geriatric depression scale. Improved the quality of sleep based on polysomnography. That is a whole night monitoring of the brain waves. The gait and balance through a variety of tests, the memory and lung functions. Older people often suffer from respiratory tract infections because of deterioration in their lung functions. Our most recent publications in a book brought out by the University of California, Los Angeles, Oxford University Press, describes 2 aspects: effect of yoga for healthy aging and effect of Ayurveda. Moving on. I'm actually going very quickly because I don't want to take your up. Now, apart from the effects, we also look at individual practices. Each and every asana, each and every pranayama. I'm just going to give you one example. Anulom Vilom pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. How many of you know this? Quite a number. There has been an idea that it brings about balance. Balance between what? Sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. That is the fight and flight and rest and digest. The left half of the brain and the right half of the brain. Where the left half of the brain is logical, analytical, and the right half of the brain is creative, intuitive, art appreciation. Is it really so? The gist of the next slide is that we did not find such a balance. Here we did brain mapping, high density EEG, and what we found, it's recently been published in BMC Research Notes 2017, and what we found is that after Anulom Vilom Pranayama, there is a slowing of the EEG, but it is associated with better performance in attention tasks, it's published here, with lower blood pressure. So slower EEG, lower blood pressure, but better attention. Isn't that an ideal combination? All of you students should try it if that's what we would want you to have. Better attention without strain. So I'm moving on. I think I'm almost at the end, really. I'm coming to an extreme form of stress. Okay, these are the meditation techniques we've studied. We've also looked at OM and FA, which was spoken of earlier, and linked them with concepts from the Bhagavad Gita, that is like Chanchalata state, Ekagrata state, and from the Patanjali